very good afternoon to the fan zone. Are you all okay? Oh, I need a loud... I know it's a soggy one, but let's have a louder cheer. Are you okay, fan zone? Fantastic, yeah. It's been a bit grim weather, hasn't it, this afternoon? But don't worry, I think, fingers crossed, I'm just looking out, there is a bit of blue sky coming over Goodison. Welcome, of course, to Goodison Park. Kick-off today, 5:30 against Leicester. Lots for you coming up, as usual. I will give them a quick mention, though. Fans supporting food banks. It's their final collection, because, of course, this is the last home game before Christmas, which seems completely ridiculous, doesn't it, saying that on bonfire night? But, yeah, the last home game. They're doing brilliant work today. Also, if you haven't brought anything to make a donation to their van, they do have a QR code on their social media where you can make a donation. So make sure you check them out on Twitter when you go home later on, because they do brilliant work right across Merseyside. I'll tell you in a moment what we've got coming up, but as ever, my friend Sarah Halpin is inside Goodison. So let's cross to Sarah to find out what she's got going on.
Thanks, Giulia. Yes, we have got a brilliant show lined up for you today. I spoke to Toni Duggan earlier in the week about her pregnancy. We've had members of the Tri-Service Toffees, and also Andros Townsend will be joining us live to update us on his injury. So all that and more coming up for you on Everton Live. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Sarah. Yeah, lots from inside Goodison and lots coming up for you here in the fan zone as well this afternoon. Of course, as ever, we get team news first. We're going to bring that to you, so you'll find out how the Blues are lining up this afternoon. As soon as we get it, we'll pop it on the big screen. And I want to hear a big cheer from everyone as well when those names are read out. It is our dedicated game to Remembrance Day. It's the closest fixture to that. We're going to be talking a bit more about it. We've got a special poem that has been written for the club on Remembrance Day, and also talking to someone from the Knowsley Veterans Hub to find out a little bit more about the work that they do. As ever, we've got higher or lower, so we'll be looking for some people who might want to play higher or lower. It's a brilliant prize. It's really easy to play. It's your chance to win a stadium tour for 2 people here at Goodison Park as well. So make sure, just give me a bit of a wave later on if you want to play. Really easy. It's a simple game, higher or lower. You tell me what the next card is, and we'll have a contestant to play against you. So, yeah, lots coming up. I'll get some of your score predictions very soon as well. Huddle together. We will stay warm. Don't worry, and fingers crossed the rain stays off in the fan zone as well today. Right, I think it's time to get out my first guest today. I can see him smirking away. I will bring him out. He is a bit of a legend round here. Please give a big fan zone welcome to Derek Mountfield. You're all right. Thank you so much for braving in the rain.
I'm nice and dry. I've got a brolly.
I'm glad you're okay. First of all, then, let's talk about Leicester, shall we? A few people in the week saying, you know, it's been a challenging season for them. We know the manager at one point looked like, you know, he was really under pressure. They seem to have rallied recently, which maybe isn't good news today. Yeah, a challenging season, but maybe a false position for how good their squad is.
It's one of them. Football's a strange game, and I just think I don't look at the opposition team, I look at our team. They're on a poor run of form. They'll be looking to come here and take the game to us. But we're the home side. We're Everton. We've got to be better than we have been. And we have been great this year at times. And I just think that I don't look at Leicester now. I look at Everton. And I come here full of promise of what I've seen this season. We've had a few downs, but mainly ups. And I'm quite positive that we're going to get a good result today.
Fantastic. That's what I like, a bit of positivity.
You've got to be positive. I'm 60 now.
No, you don't look a day over
I got me
59.
bus pass.
Is that how you've got here today?
Yeah, I did.
Brilliant. Yeah, I mean, you talk about the performances recently. The clean sheets at home, I think it's 3 out the last 4 home games. What Frank has done, getting that defence together, bringing in the new faces. I mean, you've got to say it looks really solid at the back.
I'm very impressed with the 2, Tarkowski and Cody. And I said to someone after the game the other week, the Palace game, that just take time out to watch those 2. Don't watch the game, just watch those 2. And Cody is always talking, encouraging, pulling people around. And we've now got, for the first time in years, 2 leaders at the back 4. We've not had a leader. We've bought players for a lot of money, and they've not really been leaders. But now we've got 2 leaders, and you can see the difference in the people around them. They're pulling the right places, they're controlling them, they're nicking the ball, they're reading the game very well. And that just comes with experience. And I've been so pleased the way we've developed those 2 players and the players around them. The players around them will get better because of it. And we've seen the defensive record is fantastic this season. All we lack now is regular goals. If we can keep clean sheets, you win more games than you lose. But recently we've had too many goals against us in previous years. Makes it hard to win games, but I'm so impressed with the two centre-backs, and they've been the two best signings this summer for me.
They've been really popular in the fan zone as well. I think, you know, the way they have settled in. You've got to say, I mean, I'll ask you about the World Cup in just a second, because it is around the corner and it's a weird one. But if you were Gareth Southgate, surely you'd look there and think, I've got two English centre-backs playing week in, week out, doing a really good job. Are you surprised they're maybe not nearer the starting lineup for England than two? Or do you not want them to be?
It didn't happen to me when I was playing good football for Everton. I don't know. He's got his favourites. I think Southgate has his favourites. But if you can tell me that Harry Maguire is a better player than Conor Coady at the moment, I'll laugh you in the face. Cody's far better than Maguire at the moment. So I'd personally take Coady. If Tarkowski can get there, fantastic. But England manager's job is the toughest in the world, because we all have our own opinions for our own club's players, but I think Coady at the moment is probably the pick of the centre-halves in English football. For me, he's a shoo-in to go to the World Cup, but the way Tarkowski's gelled with him, why not take him along? I think he's been brilliant as well.
Fantastic. Well, yeah, fingers crossed they came back okay as well. That'd be the main thing. Yeah, you talk about getting goals. Dominic Calvert-Lewin is back, isn't he? He's got a goal under his belt. We're starting to see glimpses of the DCL we know that he is.
Yes and no. Our problem is, and I said last week, he makes runs in the box and the wingers take an extra touch and you've got to come back out again. Put the ball in the box, and if he's not there, you have a go at him. Put the ball in the right box. It might be an old goal for the defender, and I can tell you there's a few of those own goals on my record as well. We've got to get the ball in the box quicker, and Dominic will get on the ball 9 times out of 10. If not, someone else will. But I think he'll come back. He's fresh. He's not played much football, so he's fresh. He's ready to go. Will he make the World Cup squad? I don't know, but I don't care. I want goals on that pitch for us at the moment. That's the important. The World Cup for me is irrelevant. It's out there, Goodison Park, that means to me at the moment.
Absolutely. I'm sure everyone feels exactly the same. As well, what I think is really refreshing for Frank, and I know he was talking about it in his press conference yesterday, for the first time since he arrived in February, he's got almost a full squad to pick from, because at some points he had that many injuries he was dealing with. He had pretty much a starting 11 out. So as a manager now that we're seeing, he's got everything stabilised, this is what he wants, isn't it? A squad to pick from.
Now you're putting pressure on him, aren't you? Have the boots in your bag
he
as
can
well.
handle it. He can handle it.
It's nice. We've had an issue with injuries, not just this season, for 3 or 4 years. We've got too many players going down with little niggles that shouldn't really happen and take too long to get back from those injuries. But he's got a nucleus of players that the players we've signed over the last 6 to 8 months have really, I feel, strengthened the squad massively. And it's given more competition in the right areas. So now we've got players who aren't in the side who want to play every week or want to get in the side. So the fully fit squad is ideal for us, but it's those 11 players on the pitch that have to do it for us. And what I have been impressed with was what happened at the end of last season when, I said it in the season, you lot out there kept us up last year. It wasn't the players, it was the fans that kept us up last season. And you've kept it going this season, and you're so important to how we get out of this position. We're climbing nicely. I can see the real positives. I can see plus points. We always see negative points, but there's more positives now than negatives for the first time in a few years.
Yeah, you're spot on. It was this lot that made the difference. And, you talk to other teams as well that were in and around in that fight, and they all say we were looking at what was going on at Goodison thinking we wish we had this. And that's why you guys are going to be so proud of yourself. Before I get your score prediction for today, just quickly about the World Cup, because it feels weird. It's bonfire night. We should be getting all raring to go for all the December fixtures. And it's all going to stop, and we're not back here till Boxing Day. It is a weird one. It has split it into 2 seasons in a way, hasn't it?
Yeah, just like Sepp Blatter, how his villa is in Mallorca. He's very loving his £2 million mansion, isn't he? It is odd. The football season shouldn't finish halfway through and restart. It's World Cup is always, for us, June, July. We've got to understand it. I won't watch much of the World Cup football. I won't be here, I'll be away. But it is odd that it's here now, but it's their decision they made 7, 8 years ago. We have to accept it, but all we know, we just hope that if our players do go to the World Cup, they come back fully fit, and the players who are not going, Frank can work with a bit more to get the shape and everything right, and we kick on again on 26th of December.
Yep, the Australia trip to come as well. Very quickly then, before I let you go, let's have a score prediction. I'm going to put you on the spot. How's it going to go today?
Leicester 0.
Anything else?
I said we're defending well, didn't I? I'll go 2-0 Everton.
Brilliant.
I'm confident today.
We like that positivity. Derek, it is an absolute pleasure to see you again, have you in the fan zone. Fan zone, give Derek Mountfield a massive cheer. Thanks for your company. I hope to see you again soon. Take care. Brilliant stuff. Loads more coming up. I'm going to come and find some people who might want to play higher or lower very soon as well, and also get some of your score predictions. You heard Derek's there, 2-0, feeling positive. I think everyone is feeling pretty good ahead of tonight. First, though, we've got a little video for you on the big screen.
Paul, it's been around 4 months since your appointment as under-21s head coach. How have you found the job so far?
Yeah, enjoying it immensely. Very lucky to be working with a fantastic group of players and really good staff. So yeah, I really enjoyed it so far.
Your team's been in very impressive form recently, scoring lots of goals, getting plenty of wins on the board too. How would you sum up the team's progression so far this season?
Yeah, I think we've made really good progress in terms, obviously everybody looks at the results, but looking at in terms of the metrics of the outputs in the games, in terms of in possession, out of possession, transitions, I think we've made good progress. I think we tried to implement like more of a high pressing style. So the boys, the first couple of months was more about fitness and the tactical work around that, and then I think probably the last 6 weeks we start to see the rewards from that, and it's all credit to the players in terms of the work that they've put in.
And I think you've scored 21 goals in your past 5 matches. I mean, you were a striker yourself. How does it feel to manage a team who've got so much firepower?
Excellent, yeah. We had a little quiet period, and we felt as a staff that, you know, 1 or 2 teams were probably going to be on the receiving end of a few goals off us, and then, yeah, suddenly it clicks, and it's all credit again to the players. They work ever so hard. In the final third, do a lot of work on final third play and patterns of play. But then ultimately it comes down to the boys on a match day to carry that over, and they've done a brilliant job of it lately, and they've been really exciting to watch.
And for you as a manager, how do you approach giving the players the confidence to play to their full potential each week?
I think it's every day, it's creating the environment. So creating an environment where the players aren't afraid to make mistakes. You know, they see that as part of the learning, part of the journey, that they have to make mistakes to learn and get better. So I think it's not just around the work that you're doing on the training pitch, it's everything in terms of the environment that we're trying to create an environment where we challenge the boys every day, but also support. So I think trying to get the balance between the challenge and the support is really important, certainly for a youth coach.
A lot of very eye-catching matches coming up, including one against Paris Saint-Germain at Walton Park. It's a really exciting period for you. Yeah,
the lads are hoping Messi's got a slight knock, so he turns up at Hall Park, but I doubt that really. No, that's a fantastic game for us. We've got Arsenal away on Sunday, who are top of the league, and then a few days later we've got Paris Saint-Germain at home. So, you know, the fixtures that we've played lately have been real fantastic, but yeah, the boys are really looking forward to them 2 games.
Yeah, nice to hear from Paul Tait there in the fan zone. Right, I've just got time to get some of your score predictions. You looked completely shocked you appeared on the big screen, so let's bring you over. What's your name?
Charlie.
Charlie, who's your favourite player, Charlie?
Pickford.
Jordan Pickford, quite obvious with your scarf there, so you're going to be supporting him at the World Cup as well?
Yeah.
England's #1, of course. Not a problem. Go on then, give me your score prediction. How do you think Jordan Pickford's going to help us keep a clean sheet today?
Yeah, we're going to win 2-0.
2-0, I like that positivity. That seems quite a popular scoreline. I tell you what, do you want to come over and give me your score prediction? What's your name?
Ewan.
Ewan, and who's your favourite player, Ewan?
Gordon.
Anthony Gordon, brilliant. And I like the way you're using the flag to keep warm, an extra layer. I like that today. All right, give us your score prediction. Everyone's feeling quite positive in the fan zone. Are you the same?
2-0 Everton.
2-0. I tell you what, does everyone think 2-0? You're saying 2-0. Come here. What's your name?
Harry.
Harry, and you're saying 2-0 as well. Who do you think's going to score those goals? You're not bothered. Not bothered. Just, you're not sure as long as they go in. I like that attitude. Right, I am hearing in my ear, we have got team news for you, so we'll bring it to you. I want to hear a big cheer for the Blues as we read it out this afternoon. This is how Frank Lampard lines Everton up today against Leicester. Here we go. Number 1, Jordan Pickford. Number 2, James Tarkowski. Number 7, Dwight McNeil. Number 8, Amadou Onana. Number 9, Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Number 11, Damari Gray. Number 17, Alex Iwobi. Number 19, Vitaly Mikalenko. Number 23 and captain, Seamus Coleman. Number 27, Idrissa Ghanagay. And number 30, Connor Cody. That is the starting 11 for the Blues. Here's Everton's substitutes. Number 15, Asmir Begovic. Number 3, Nathan Patterson. Number 4, Mason Holgate. Number 5, Michael Keane. Number 10, Anthony Gordon. Number 16, Abdoulaye Doucouré. Number 20, Neil Mopé. Number 26, Tom Davis. And number 37, James Garner. There you go. That's the Everton squad for the game today. Let's have a look how our visitors line up. This is Leicester's starting 11. Number 1, Danny Ward. Number 2, James Justin. Number 3, Wout Faes. Number 7, Harvey Barnes. Number 8, Yuri Tielemans. Number 10, James Maddison. Number 18, Daniel Amati. Number 20, Patson Daka. Number 22, Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall. Number 27, Timothy Castagna. And number 42, Boubakary Soumare. And here is Leicester's substitute for today. Number 31, Daniel Iverson. Number 9, Jamie Vardy. Number 11, Mark Albrighton. Number 14, Kalachi Iheanacho. Hello there, fellas. Number 17, Aizo Perez. Number 23, Yannick Vestergaard. Number 24, Napoli's Mendy. Number 25, Wilfred Ndidi. And number 33, Luke Thomas. OK, we know how the sides are lining up this afternoon. Let's get a bit of reaction to that pitch side with Sarah.
Thanks, Giulia, and I'm absolutely delighted to be joined by Big Derek Mountfield. Firstly, how have the birthday celebrations gone, Derek?
Long and tiring and alcoholic induced.
That's what we love to hear. Brilliant. Well, can I get your thoughts on that team there? The one change. We've obviously got Dwight McNeil coming in for Anthony Gordon. What do you make to it?
I think that's going to be maybe a common change. I think Frank likes Anthony. We all like Anthony, but that little bit of aggression sometimes works against him. And I think he's got to be careful with the bookings. He's had one suspension. I think McNeil and Gordon might change quite often during the season, but the team virtually picks itself now. That's the good thing about it. We never knew what team was coming out this time last year. Now the team virtually picks itself, and that's a plus point that we've now got a settled group of players that know each other and play very well together.
Absolutely, and Seamus Coleman as well starting today and as captain. Nathan Patterson did come back into the team for the recent game against Fulham. Do you think that will take a little bit of time in transition? And, you know, Seamus has done well as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, possibly, yeah. Nathan looks very promising, but Seamus has got all that experience. A lot of time for Seamus as a player and a person as well. And I just think that Nathan's been out for 4 or 5 weeks. Give him a chance to find his feet. It's not that important that we've only got one more game before the World Cup break. So maybe after the World Cup, we might see Patterson starting regular. But I think Seamus comes in, does a fantastic job for us, and I've got no issue with that one at all.
He's been absolutely fantastic. That performance against Crystal Palace as well, he was one of the best players on the pitch.
I thought Palace, he was outstanding against her. Gave Zaha no time at all. That's how you play a winger with tricky ability. Just took him out of the game for me.
Absolutely. Well, it is a big game for us today. Obviously, last time out at Goodison Park, we won 3-0 against Crystal Palace. Fantastic performance. We'll be looking for more of the same today, won't we? Do you think we'll get the win today, Derek?
We've got to. I said before on the fan zone, Leicester 0. Our defensive record is great. What we've got to do, we've got to get goals. And maybe McNeil's been told to put the ball in the box a bit more, because I think we get to positions and we should cross the ball first time, and we cut back and the strike, and we've got to get the ball in quick at the time, because if it doesn't, the striker get it, maybe an own goal hits the defender, goes in. But I just think today, the way we're playing with the crowd behind us, I said outside 2-0 to Everton, and I'm going to stick with it.
Take that all day.
All long, yeah.
All day. Take
all
that.
long.
3 points, clean sheet on the board. All the best. Back to you, Giulia.
Oh, thank you so much, Sarah and Derek there, talking through that team news as well. It definitely seems like everyone's thinking 2-0. I hope you're all right. I like that kind of prediction this afternoon. Don't forget, coming up before kick-off, we've still got higher or lower. It's our competition. It's your chance to win a stadium tour for 2 people. So I'm going to come down here in a bit and find some contestants. It is really chilly, I know. So shall we warm you up, do you think, this afternoon with a little bit of music here in the fan zone? I think so. While you're having your chips, maybe a little bit of musical accompaniment. Coming up, we've got the J. Johns for you, so please welcome them to the fan zone.
I'm on the lead vocal now, so. Ready? 1, 2. Oh,
1, 2.
Bloody hell. Sorry about that.
Thank you so much there to the J. Johns there for giving us a bit of music today and trying to keep us warm. Okay, you may have noticed that obviously it is our Remembrance Day game today, and Everton in the Community's award-winning veterans programme engages with ex-service personnel right across Merseyside who are at risk of isolation or developing mental health issues. Now, they engage them in social activities, and it might be things like football or comedy, and they make sure that there's plenty of programmes to support them right across Merseyside. They do some brilliant work, and this year that has been encapsulated by a spoken word as part of this year's Remembrance poem. It's been written and spoken by local word poet Joseph Roberts, and it just captures that journey that many ex-service personnel face as they head back into civilian life. We're going to play it for you now, and the message is it's never too late to seek support and join the programme.
When something is broken, we shouldn't just throw it away. We should fix it. Let's say an action figure, for instance. If a child was playing and it accidentally snapped, some would replace it, but perhaps we should be patient and try and put it back together again. Now imagine if that exact same action figure was a human. What would we do then? Well, Everton in the community are like your sellotape, your superglue. We will do everything we can to support you. Whether you are a veteran, still serving, or even a family member, just remember, we are all in it together. See, nothing can be fixed in an instant. However, anything can be fixed with persistence. It's pieces of like-mindedness that stick to us, and that is what makes the difference. So join us, and we can go on days out, let the pain out, learn new skills, rebuild, and we can grow like poppies, blow in a breeze of infinite possibilities, on a field full of incredible opportunities. Forever nourished by Everton in the community. Because it's never too late for a transformation to be made into whatever you choose to be. We save lives when we speak. Naffy breaks are the best places to meet, and we can talk about the ships we've docked, the trucks we've drove, the people we've lost, and the aircrafts we've flown. And regardless, however dark the times may have shown, we've still been able to somehow turn it into a joke. No one has to understand the unique humour that we have, because we'll all be here waiting for the punchline, ready to laugh, ready to embrace whatever story you may have. We are your Everton Tower. We'll watch over you through your hardest hour, because there's nothing said that can't be heard. There's not a thought that can't be shared. There's not a skill that can't be learned. But most importantly, there's nothing broken that can't be repaired. Find us at the Blue Base, your foundation, intergenerational, young or old, no matter the regiment or however medals we hold. A veteran described it as life after life. Time to reconnect and reinvent the new action figure you have in mind. We all have the potential to reassemble what's physical and what's mental. This is everything. This is Everton.
Yeah, that is our Remembrance Day poem, and Joseph Roberts, the man behind it, joins us in the fan zone. Yeah, a really emotional piece. Just talk me through how you were able to bring together, Remembrance Day and the club, because I guess some of the messages about following your football team, it still applies, doesn't it?
Yeah, so I've been working with Everton in the community now for a few months with Dave, Nicky, and it's amazing what they do for the veterans. And what I did was we went to Llandudno, we went on a few days out, and just being around them, you really get a sense of what they do, and the culture is what we do around here, and what they do is unbelievable. And I absorbed it all, I took it all in, and then during the research phase, I was writing research, and I put it all together. And the message of the poem is that it's never too late. As a veteran, whether you're a family member, it's never too late to learn new skill, to rebuild yourself, your physical health, your mental health, and to reach out to someone and to know that you can always share your thoughts, and there's always people there who are on the receiving end ready to listen. Absolutely, yeah. It's a perfect message. Always speak out, isn't it? Now, somebody the fan zone may recognise, you've been a bit of a regular, Dave Curtis from the Knowsley Veterans Hub. You're a veteran yourself. Just tell us about some of the great work that's been going on, because I know, throughout the pandemic, it was difficult for everyone, wasn't it? And you were very much a club where you saw people face to face. So is it nice being back, I guess?
Oh, it's amazing being back, yeah. So the programme's been running now since 2016, and we've supported over 700 veterans and their family members. And I think, with the poem, we wanted that to be something that encapsulated everything what the programme was about. So instead of us standing up here going, oh, this is the programme, this is what it does, we wanted Joe to come in and absorb that stuff from the veterans that are on the programme, and the veterans that, in some cases, lives have been saved by the programme. So, and you just see it there. It's absolutely amazing. I've watched it loads and loads of times.
It's so moving. Yeah. It really is. And I think what's lovely is I've been along to see you guys. You've invited me along at the Veterans Hub. It's brilliant. And although there's there might be people struggling, I don't know about you, but when you mix with them, they don't half know how to have a laugh, don't they?
they just know how to bring the, you know, to find the positive out of turning negatives into positives. And you know what we've been through, especially as the veterans, as what they've all been through. They're able to relate to each other, and they've been on a journey together. So it's such a unique sense of humour, what I found, and it was be able to encapsulate that and put it in the poem, you know.
And Dave, we're running out of time, but really quickly, if people want information on the Veterans Hub, all online, isn't it? Social media?
Yeah, all online through the Eminent Community social media pages, Everton Veterans Hub on the website, and obviously watchers. The Everton Veterans Hub will be standing in the centre circle today doing the minute silence.
Well, we are all stood with you as well. Thanks so much, Dave, Joseph as well. Thanks for your time today, and thank you for a really moving poem as well. Our Remembrance Day fixture, I'm sure you will all support them today. Right, I'm going to move down here because it's time for higher or lower. I've got my contestants, so if you come and stand here, just bear with me, I'll run down. To be so careful not to slip today, it is that wet. Here we go. Right, if we come over here so we can make sure you see the big screen. Fan zone. We've got some young contestants today playing higher or lower, so I need you to back them. We'll start here with you two playing as a pair. What's your name again?
Charlie.
Charlie and
Tom.
Charlie and Tom. Right, you're going to go first. Do you want a bit of help as well from the fan zone today, Charlie and Tom? Awesome. And this young man, I understand this is your first ever game at Goodison, isn't it? Brilliant news. What's your name and how old are you?
Harry, and I'm 9.
Harry, and you're not. I tell you what, let's give Harry a big Goodison Park welcome today. His first ever game. Who's your favourite player and who you're looking forward to seeing the most?
Pickford.
Jordan Pickford, very popular choice. Brilliant stuff. All right, you wait there. I'm going to come to you in just a second. All you have to do is look at the big screen for me. But we're going to start with Charlie and Tom. Let's come over here. All right, you're our first contestants. This is your chance to win a stadium tour for 2 people. So here we go. Let's get your cards. Fan zone, get ready to help them. Shout higher or lower. Here we go. Okay then, here are your cards, and the subject is most minutes in the Premier League this season. So Anthony Gordon is on 951. Amadou Onana, do you think it's higher or lower than 951? Fan zone, help them out. What do you think? Are we going higher or lower? Okay, pretty much everyone's saying lower, but it's up to you, Charlie and Tom.
Lower. Lower.
Lower? All right, is that card lower? Oh, it was closer than I thought, actually. 902, but it is lower. You got a point on the board. Okay, Alex Iwobi. Fan zone, do we think it's higher or lower than 902? What are we going for? Again, they're all saying higher, but, you know, it's up to you.
Higher.
Okay, Charlie and Tom are saying higher. Let's have a look. Is Alex Iwobi higher than 902? Of course he is. 1,153 Premier League minutes. All right. Oh, this is a tricky one. James Tarkowski, fan zone. I think they might need your help here because this could be close. What are we saying? Higher or lower? They're saying higher. They're saying higher. Okay, it's up to you, though. Completely up to you. What are you going to say?
Higher.
You're saying higher. It needs to be higher than 1,153. Oh, close. 1,170 minutes. It was close. Oh, my goodness, this is difficult. Oh, okay. You've got 2 points on the board. What are we saying? Connor Cody, fan zone, help them out. This is a tough one. Higher or lower? They're saying lower. So when lower, there's a lot of people saying lower. Oh, you're thinking about this very deeply. I like it. I love that. All right, what are you saying?
Lower.
All right, Charlie and Tom say lower. Going lower? Yeah, lower. Let's have a look. It is 1,071. Well done. All right, Dwight McNeil. Do we think that's higher or lower, fan zone? Okay, what do you think?
Lower.
You're saying lower than 1,071 for Connor Cody. Let's have a look. Is Dwight McNeil lower? 588. Okay, you could get a clean sweep here. Here we go. In fact, you did get a clean sweep. You've run out of cards. Fantastic. I tell you, give them a round of applause. They were brilliant, weren't they? Well done. Stay there. All right, here we go. Harry, your first game, your first time at the fan zone, and we've already dragged you up and got you working. I love it. Here we go. Here's your cards on higher or lower. Okay, same subject. Most minutes played in the Premier League. Nathan Patterson has played 656 minutes. Neil Mopey, come on, help Harry out. It's his first time. What do we think, fan zone? Higher or lower? They're all saying lower, but completely up to you. What you saying?
Lower.
Lower. Let's have a look. Is it lower? It is. 451. You got a point on the board. Well done. All right, next card. Idrissa Ghanagay. Do we think it's higher or lower, fan zone, than 451? What we saying? Oh, don't listen to them. They're your contestants. The rest of the fan zone, what we saying? Higher or lower? It's a bit mixed. This is tough, this. What do you think?
Higher.
You're going to say higher than 451. Let's have a look. It is 606 minutes for Idrissa Ghanagay there. All right, your next card, Jordan Pickford. This is your favourite player, isn't it? Okay, so do you think you know this one without any help? What are you going to say, higher or lower?
Way higher.
Way higher for Jordan Pickford. Let's have a look. Okay, 1,080 for way higher, definitely. Okay, Vitaly Mykolenko. So, do we think fan zone higher or lower? What are you going for, Vitaly? Saying higher. He says lower. They say, oh my goodness me, it's a real mixed bag. Don't listen to them. What are you going with?
Lower.
You're saying lower for Mykolenko. Is it lower? Oh, 1,166. Okay, Damari Gray, what are we saying? Damari Gray, higher or lower, fan zone? What do we think? Okay, they're saying lower. It's up to you, Harry. What do you think?
Lower.
You're saying lower. Let's see if he's a bit lower. 1,108. You are correct. Oh, but our winners are Charlie and Tom today with a full clean sweep. Well done. Give them a round of applause. You have won a stadium tour for 2 people here at Goodison Park. Tell you what, when you go into the changing room and you're allowed to have your photograph in a player's place, whose place I think I know who you're going to sit in.
Pickford.
And what about you?
Gray.
Oh, brilliant. Give them a round of applause. We'll get your prize to you in just a second. There you go. But Harry, I know it's your first game and you haven't won, but we've got a match programme for you. And I tell you what, I hope you get a wave off Jordan Pickford. Have you enjoyed yourself in the fan zone?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Give Harry a big Goodison Park welcome. I love that. It's his first game. You have a wonderful time and come and say hello next time. All right then, well, that's it. I think we are done in the fan zone today. It's been a bit wet, I know, but thank you so much for your company. Weirdly, I'm going to wish you all a very happy Christmas, which is really bizarre, isn't it? Because we're only on bonfire night, but we are not back until Boxing Day. So I hope we can see you against Wolves. Don't forget, though, the Women's Super League continues while the World Cup's on. The next game at Walton Hall Park for our women is the 19th against Man City. Make sure you can go to that as well. Thanks so much for your company today. Take care of yourselves, enjoy the game, and Merry Christmas.
Thanks, Giulia. Now, earlier, ahead of this Remembrance fixture, I spoke to members of our Tri-Service Toffees. Absolutely delighted to be joined by some extremely special guests today on this Remembrance fixture. I'm joined by James and by Barry of the Tri-Service Toffees. Welcome, guys, and thank you so much for joining us today. Barry, you've been on the show before.
Last year, yeah, about this time last year, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a bit drier last year.
It was a little bit drier. The heavens have opened for us today, but you guys will both be before the game today, laying the wreath in mark of respect ahead of this fixture.
Yeah.
That's a big honour.
It's a huge honour, yeah, and it's a really important time of year for all forces and veterans, people who have served. So yeah, to have the privilege of being on the pitch to represent the armed forces is quite incredible, really. Yeah.
It's a massive thing that, of course, every year we pay tribute to everybody that's in service and has lost their lives and those that are currently there. And it's so important that we do that. And how important is it that the Premier League and Everton and all the clubs and all the country really remember everyone and pay their respects?
Yeah, it's the one time a year when nationally we come together to pay our respects for people who have given their ultimate sacrifice voluntarily. Generally, they volunteer to sign up and do the job and serve the country. So yeah, it's important that nationally we remember those people and remember those people who are still serving away from their families, overseas, around the world. So yeah, it's really important. Yeah.
It's brilliant, and two massive Evertonians as well. James, just speak to you there about, I believe, some of your members of Tri-Service Toffees were shown around Finch Farm this week to meet the players and shown all the facilities. That's great, isn't it? That's a lovely touch.
That's it. It's a great privilege for those that attended. It's great for them to get in there and have a look around the facilities, like you're saying. Meet some of the players, and Everton are brilliant at getting us involved in that type of evolution, so yeah, it's great.
Well, I'm sure it must be really inspiring for all the players and everybody really, as we just spoke about. It's the ultimate sacrifice that you guys put yourselves through, so you deserve to be rewarded and respected with that. But what were experiences that people have spoken about, meeting the players, was it exciting? And
yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's you do get to be in some of these positions where, as a member of the armed forces, that's a massive privilege. And how has that happened? If you were just a civilian, it may never happen. You get to meet the players and the tours of the ground. Some of our members actually played on the pitch.
Amazing. In
the Armed Forces Day tournament. We've been involved in the Remembrance match here before. It's brilliant, and as I say, the club are really forward thinking and really forward leaning in how they invite us to these events.
It's a real honour to have you all here. It truly is. And Barry, if you want to tell us a little bit about the Tri-Service Toffees and people and Blues, that want to get involved that maybe aren't already a part of this.
Yeah. So the Tri-Service Toffees is a supporters club, affiliated supporters club for those people who don't have a permanent home, who are moving around the world. And we've got members from the Navy, Air Force and Army, both regular and reserve. And this doesn't just happen with the club on Remembrance, it happens throughout the year, so we have events going on throughout the whole of the year as well. So if people are sort of looking to get involved in things like this or raise some new ideas for the committee, which James and I are part of, please do get in touch. We've got a Twitter feed. It's Toffees.
At Toffees Try.
At Toffees Try. And then if people want to become a member, you need to be still serving, regular or reserve, and send an email through Defence Connect, which is our sort of closed portal, military portal, and get in touch and come along and help out, arrange some of these, because there's quite a lot of effort that goes in behind the scenes to make these things happen. So yeah, I'd like to thank Paddy from the committee for sort of getting this up and running and doing all the running the last couple of weeks. Give people the opportunities to do this. Yeah, it's wonderful.
It's brilliant, and for everybody, people that are deployed maybe in various places around the world, you arrange that they get Everton scarves, etc., so that the Blues are with them, wherever they may be in the world, and they feel that it's community as well, isn't it? Which I imagine is very, very important.
Yeah, it is. The club are really good, and we do keep a track on where our members are based around the world, and we get in touch with the club, and they're pretty good at sending them things through, and we get them sent out just to lift their morale while they're away from their friends and family overseas. And there's lots of, in the modern era, there's lots of ways of following the football anyway now, whether it be live or over the internet. So yeah, it does help them keep in touch with us. We always look after them when they get back as well. The club's always really good and inviting.
Yeah, as it should be. It's brilliant. Now, lads, today of course we have got Leicester. I'm going to come to you, James, quickly. Can I get a quick score prediction for you?
I'm going to go
from you.
3-0 Iwobi, first goal scorer.
I like the sound of that one, James. I'd love that one to come off. He's been amazing. Well, absolutely delighted to be joined by Andros Townsend. Andros, thank you so much for joining us here on Everton Live. Firstly, do you want to update everyone with how you're getting on with injury? Obviously, you've been out for a long time now.
Very long time. 7 months now. Hopefully the end is near. The original plan was after the World Cup break to try and join back in training. I'd like to think I'm on schedule for that, but there are so many bumps in the road to come. I don't have any more setbacks and I can rejoin after that World Cup. like I said, it's been
really missing you out there, you know, obviously a key figure in that squad, and we were just talking to you before off camera about how difficult it must have been for you mentally, you know, last season towards the end, to want to be involved in those crucial games and not be able to. That must have been really tough for you.
Yeah, it was terrible. Obviously just after the injury I was in so much pain I could barely walk, but game it's backs against the walls, it's relegation, we're in the relegation. Could help them, I could run, I could today not much easier now. Like, you got the pre-game nerves, you're in, your mind's locked in, you're ready to go. So now, like, match day probably is the toughest moment to be in.
Yeah, well, as I said, we've really missed you, and you know, it'll be like having a new player in a lot of ways. As you said, 7 months, it's an awful long time, and after the break, hopefully you'll be back in the training and then not too far away then.
Yeah, no, that's the aim, and listen, the aim as well is to come back, not to come back when I got injured, try and improve every aspect of my game and my physique, which I've been working tirelessly on in the gym throughout the whole 7 months. So hopefully I'm a new player when I do return.
Yeah, well, we can't wait to have you back there. I'm just to the season time out at Goodison Park against your former club. You know, we run riot really with the 3-0. The same today. Game today though against Leicester.
It's going to be difficult, but Crystal Palace are a good side as well. A result like that, it's been coming. We've been showing it in fits and spurts. With a lot better season defensively. We've sorted out the defence. And now slowly starting to see the way the manager wants to play, and I think the third goal against Crystal Palace, it was literally perfection, and that is exactly the way we want to play to a T. But it takes time, it takes confidence, it takes hours on the training pitch, and hopefully we can see more of that today.
Definitely, and you can see what's building under Frank as well. As you said, you know, some results and some performances might not be as pretty to watch, but that Palace game, that link up between Dwight and Alex Iwobi, who has just been under this manager, I know we talk about him a lot, but it's great to see a player turn it around like that.
No,
isn't
it's
it?
so amazing because he's literally the nicest guy as well. So this is the Alex we've seen in training, even when he wasn't playing well, he wasn't in the team. This is the Alex we see in training. So skillful, so he plays with so much freedom. It's a joy to watch. And when he came into the team last season, it was more. He didn't really have the confidence. It was more, right, I'm going to work as hard as I can. And I think it unlocked something in his mind. And this season, we're starting to see a complete player. And it's a joy to watch. And literally, the sky is the limit for him.
Yeah, it's brilliant. And that turnaround and such a guy as well. Obviously, you've not been able to really play under Frank Lampard too much since his time coming in. You'll be keen to get more games under the new with you through this time as well. Very supportive.
Listen, he's been fantastic from minute one. From when I got the injury, I got it diagnosed. He called me straight away, and obviously told me there if he's there if I need anything. He's been that throughout the way. If he sees me in the dressing room and the boys are out warming up, hi Andros, how's it going? How are you getting on? So he's been great for me from day one, and so has everyone, to be fair. All the coaching staff, all the players, all the physios, I can't thank them enough. And hopefully I can get back and really give the manager another option.
Yeah, oh, we can't wait. As I keep saying and reiterating, we can't wait to see you back out there. It's awful and it's such a misery to go through, but do you feel like once you're back out there, you're just going to try and enjoy football more than ever?
Yeah, that's the aim, but football is such a stressful game, whether you're in the team, out the team, it's such stressful, so you can never really enjoy being in the moment. But no, when I go to bed at night, I'm dreaming about putting on the blue shirt again and scoring in front of the home crowd and running over family as I have in the past, and that's really what's keeping me going at the moment. Like I said, hopefully at some point in the new year I can relive that feeling once again. I
can't wait. Used to see you, of course, running over to the box over there where I think your family must be, and pointing up to your little girl as well. So, you know, those are the moments, I guess, that keep you going, knowing that you will be back out on this pitch and you will be scoring and waving up to your family.
No, 100%. Like you said, like when you're in the gym and it's tough and you're the only one there, these are the things you think about. You think about the moments you're coming back for. You think about what you're doing it for. And like I said, hopefully I can relive one of those moments again when I do get back.
Well, I still think about that goal against Burnley, I can't lie. Can we expect to see a few more of them from you, Andros?
Listen, I hope so, but that Burnley goal feels about 10 years ago. I'm going to be honest with you. No, but hopefully, listen, that's the aim, that's what I'm working towards, and hopefully I can get there.
Yeah, it certainly does. It does feel a long time ago. An awful lot has changed since then. We've been through some times here. Just quickly, you know, witnessing the last game of the season against Crystal Palace, what was that like in this stadium? That feels a lifetime ago as well, weirdly, doesn't it?
listen, for 80 odd minutes, it was probably the most stressful 80 minutes of my life. I really did feel if we didn't win that game, we would get relegated. And I think that the crowd felt it as well, the players felt it in the dressing room, but somehow the boys on the pitch, the crowd created an incredible atmosphere, and an atmosphere I've never experienced before, and they dragged the boys to victory, and hopefully it's something we will never experience again at Everton, because it's something that we should never be down there again. And yeah, it's probably one of the highlights of my career, and I wasn't even involved. I was sitting in the stands watching, so yeah, no, it was an incredible night.
I think we were all in that together, weren't we, for those couple of hours? I think we were all... My nails are only just growing back, I think, now. But Andros, it's been so brilliant to talk to you. I mean, really can't wait to see you back out on the pitch.
Can't wait to be out there. Thanks for having me. Cheers,
brilliant.
Thank you.
It's
Cheers.
a pleasure. And now we'll throw to Toni Duggan, who I spoke to earlier this week. And that is it from Everton Live. We'll see you after the break. Toni, thank you so much for joining us for this special interview. I guess to start with, congratulations to you and to your partner Toni as well on your incredible news. How are you feeling right now in this exciting chapter?
Oh, thank you. We're absolutely buzzing. I mean, it took a while to get used to. Obviously, I think when you first find out you're pregnant, for anyone, it's like shock, surprised. There's so many emotions. Now it seems a bit more real, then it's settled in and we can be excited, and people know as well, because that was the most difficult, like not telling people, keeping it in for 12 weeks just to make sure everything was okay. But it's been a roller coaster so far already, I'm not going to lie. It's been tough, like so much sickness, and I mean, all women experience different things through pregnancy, but I've definitely been hit with the sickness stick, as you can probably tell by my voice. But yeah, I'm getting through it. It's another challenge in life. Yeah, different to being on the football pitch, but we're so happy, so excited, can't wait for the baby to be here.
How have the club supported you through all this, Toni, as well? And what was it like telling Brian, telling all the staff, all the girls?
Seems ages ago now, but I was counting down the days to tell them. I mean, when I first found out, it's a bit different because obviously we're in a different environment to other women. And yeah, I had to tell a coach, or I had to tell a doctor, and obviously I was a bit worried, nervous about that. And I wanted to tell my mum before anyone else, but I couldn't. I had to tell the staff, like. Of course. So I told them early on. Basically, they were the first people I told, and to be honest, they were brilliant. Like, Brian's been through it with his girlfriends as well while she was playing, so that helped. Yeah. The doctors really helped me a lot. Yao was amazing. We know Yao, obviously our physio. He speaks so much, so to tell him my secret was like.
And for him to keep it.
And for him to keep it, yeah. But it's new for everyone. I mean, the women's game, it's not so common that it happens. There has been girls before, obviously, that have had babies at different stages in their career, but it's not so common. As I say, the club on the whole, everyone around the place, everyone with the news has been so happy. Even the men's first team, they've been so nice. I had to lie to a couple of them because they were in the gym with me for about 6 weeks. So they were saying, how's your back injury? And I was just like, oh.
The back, that's what it was.
And then I came in and Andros Townsend was, me back, my... Yeah. I was like Jim Royal. Yeah. And then Frank came over as well and was congratulating me. So they've all been so supportive. So yeah, I mean, I couldn't be in a better place at a better club going through this.
So you are still young and you've got plenty of years left to give. Mm-hmm. So your ambition is very much, once you have this baby, to go out there and continue doing what you're born to do.
Oh, definitely, yeah. I don't think my football journey's over. It's definitely not. But obviously I want myself and the baby to be healthy as well. So I don't want to put a time frame on it. I think it's hard to do that with this type of stuff. As I say, everyone's journey's different. But my aim, my ambition is definitely to get back out there and be playing football again next season.
I love that, and hopefully we'll see a little baby with a Duggan 9 on the short, on the back in the Walton Hall Park. But Toni, it's been so lovely to talk to you. You really are glowing. That's not a myth, as you can see, and we do hope you feel better soon as well.
Oh, thank you.
You know, we will follow your journey throughout this.
Thanks, sir.